Hello. Uh, Today, the long-awaited patch 4.0 for Wartune finally got released, and there's a ton of new stuff. So I'm going to do a quick first impression video, and then I'll go through all the different editions a bit more in detail later. I guess the main new feature in this patch were these, I have no idea how to pronounce it, Oidemon or whatever. It's basically the kids from the Chinese version, and they follow you. Well, they fight alongside you and work pretty much like a regular character. And they get stats from a percentage of your stats, and they have equipment and skills and resistance and all this kind of stuff, which means that there are a ton of new items and resources and a lot of new things basically. And I guess that's probably the biggest change with this patch, is that your inventory will be crowded with stuff. So getting all slots unlocked is kind of a priority now. Because I have one spot left and I haven't even begun to get all the new stuff. So I'll probably have to upgrade that as soon as possible. You get, I think it's at level 70 you can get these Guardians, which is the Western name, and you get one for free. I think you can have at least two fight for you at the same time. I'm not entirely sure though, but you'll need resources that I'm not sure are available to create more. These are the Oidemon Mark shards. You need 5 to summon one. Okay, so the main source is Sacrifice and Dimensions chest. So these Guardians are pretty closely tied to the Dimension Wars, which have got a pretty large overhaul. This is also a new thing, something called Sacrifice, which is something you can do daily, I think. Basically you sacrifice stuff you get, these offerings, which I'm pretty sure you get from the dimension chests, and then you sacrifice them to get, I think you get 5 rewards and you get to pick one. This can be done daily once you start getting these offerings from the dimension chests, and that's a source of resources, I think. They've also changed the Tower of Kings. Those chests now contain resources for these Guardians. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it contains the old stuff, and then an additional chance to get Warpath Crystals, Resistance. Yeah, okay, so that's resistance resources for your Guardian. And while we're here, there's also a new multiplayer dungeon where you can find resources for the 2 new equipment slots. I haven't tried it yet. Supposedly it's quite a lot harder than the old dungeons. And the new equipment are Artifact and Halidome. I'm not sure what that is, but I think they have one of them has hit points and the other physical and magical defense, and then they can be upgraded just like regular equipment. So those are new additions. The blacksmith screen has gotten a much needed upgrade. This blacksmith part is actually the same, but the synthesize window is now divided into a lot more parts, and it's a lot clearer now, easier to find the things you need. And these crests and how, yeah, so the first one has physical and magical defense, and the other has hit points. So you need to run this new dungeon to get resources for this. And you also have all your gems, and yeah, they've now added up to level 12 resistance crystals. Will take a good long while before I can make those, but they're in the game now anyway. And then a bunch of stuff, gems for your guardian or Aedemon, and the regular sylph, and then some new treasure chests and new packs and a lot of other interesting stuff. There's also a new minigame called Goodies, where you need to link two images on this field to eliminate them, and the goal is to eliminate all of them. You have some bombs and shuffle, and it's also a timed event, so if you do it quickly you get more points. I'm not sure. I used up all my moves. I can't get any further today, and I don't think I get any rewards at all. That's my time. So I'm not sure if it stays this way tomorrow, or I'll just have to see. The rewards aren't that's interesting in the beginning anyway. All developing potions is nice, but you'll probably need to spend quite a lot of valence to get these top ones. And allegedly the jewel hunt and the fishing and goodies along with the underground palace will be on a weekly rotation as of probably next maintenance, which basically means that you will get a lot less of these resources from the events, which is a bit of a shame, I think. But we'll see. Not sure if there's a 100% confirmation on that. There's a new set of events this week, which naturally are related to these guardians. A login event, and here you can get some packs with resources, and there's a few more events. One exchange event has some regular stuff, but mostly the Aedemon things. And naturally there are spender events where you can get more of the guardian resources. Also, you can now get one free item from the shop every day. I guess they change daily. Today you got one of these event chests for free, and this page has been updated a bit. It works basically the same. We also have another Coin of Ancestry exchange again. This time it's just called Coin of Ancestry exchange, so perhaps it's the final one we get, or maybe it's not. Anyway, I think this, well, obviously you can get this Blood of Zeus, which are used to level your guardian. But another nice exchange, I think, is this one. You can exchange one coin of ancestry and get 6,000 runestones, which is, that's a decent amount. I think you need 12,000 to level this Guardian Purification and the Purge rune from 0 to 10, so I'm quite possibly going to get a bunch of these and max out my Guardian and Purification rune. Another thing that got changed in this patch is the way points in the Silver Arena is calculated, and I think, I'm not sure if it's been a mistake or if this is the new way. Anyway, the amount of points you get is drastically reduced. So as you can see here, for this is a regular fight, you get 20 points for a win, and you got at least 90 in the old system, so this will means you will probably have to struggle to get out of the first group, but I guess we'll see how this one works. I used to be able to get to the gold group quite easily before, and now I'll probably only get to the silver group at best, though this is not a huge deal. These equipment shards are getting more and more pointless every week. I have full sets for 5 of myself, so this is basically a way to get some free sepulchrum and some experience for myself. So, but for newer players, it's a bit of a shame, I think. Another new thing is there's a new mount here in the League shop for 3,000 of these League insignias. So that's a pretty good buy. Just start saving up your insignias to get one of these plus 30. So that's very nice. So let's see. We also got an upgrade to the farm. This is the long-awaited homestead. Basically the farm is a lot bigger now, and you can have animals. There's a lot more slots. You can also invite people to your campfire and get some minor bonuses. Kind of annoying because you'll get sent invitations now. So yeah, you can visit other people's farms, which takes a lot longer now if you want to revive their trees of ancient and so on. I'll take a longer look at this farm a bit later, when I've gotten the chance to go through the stuff more thoroughly. And I guess the final big change is to these dimensions, which have been, the rewards are nerfed quite a lot. You basically get a lot less resistance. They also added a lot of stuff to the actual maps. I'll go through these later as well. I think it's an okay change, to be honest. It's of course sad that my nice resistance is going away, but was probably a bit overpowered anyway. So, and the new stuff is kind of interesting, I think. So there's also this new life counter here, and the big difference now is that you can lose your dimensions. Other people can attack them and steal them until they are at 80% life or below. I'm not entirely sure how that works, so I guess I'll have to get back later with that. But they've also changed the way the energy per step in the dimensions work. Now the maximum amount of energy you spend is 20, and then it's, I guess the minimum is 10. My resistance is quite a bit lower now, so I can't really check. So that's the first quick look at the new patch. I think it's nice to have a lot of new content, but I'm sure people will find out what's good and what's not good, so I'll talk to you later in a more in-depth view of the different additions. So, have a nice evening.